In this tutorial, you will learn how to create and distribute a self-grading assessment on the iPad. First, you will navigate to the location you'd like to store the assessment. We recommend starting in My File so you have access to the assessment year after year. Then select the blue plus sign in the upper right corner, choose Add Assessment, and provide a name for the assessment. Be as specific as possible to prevent confusion for you or your students. Enter instructions for the assessment. Perhaps you'd like to provide information about where study materials are or special guidelines for the assessment. Additionally, you can provide a web address to any website within the instructions field. Set your due date and time that the assessment should be completed by, and finally determine whether you want to allow late turn-in. If this is more of a homework assessment, you may want to allow late turn-in. After making all necessary adjustments to this screen, tap the Add in the upper right. Locate your new assessment folder and tap the name to open the assessment page. Tap the Create Assessment button to launch the assessment generator. Adjust your assessment settings. Allow one or multiple attempts. Shuffle the order of questions so the quiz is not in the same order for multiple attempts. Allow students to revisit previously answered questions. Allow students to skip questions without answering. Then adjust your feedback settings. You may provide scoring and feedback immediately after each question is answered. You may also provide scoring and feedback after the student submits a completed assessment. You may disable feedback initially and then re-enable it so that the student can receive scoring and feedback when you are ready to release that information. Finally, provide general feedback for all students to view after submitting the assessment, regardless of score. Tap the Next button at the bottom of the page. Select the Add Question drop-down to select your question type, multiple choice, true, false, or yes, no. Set the point value for the question. You may set a different value for each question. Determine if the question is a bonus question. An incorrect response will not affect the score. Add your question content, then provide choice information. Determine if you'd like to shuffle the order of your answer choices. You'd probably set this to off if you have all of the above or none of the above as an option. You may allow multiple choices to be selected if students are choosing all correct responses from a list. Then enter in your answer choices. For the correct response or responses, switch the red button to green by tapping on it. Provide feedback for individual responses, and add additional answer choices as needed. Enter question feedback that all students will see regardless of their answer choice. This would be a great place to direct the students to a website or page number that has more information about the question. Save the question, then add as many questions as needed to complete your assessment. And tap the Close button in the upper left corner. Copy the assessment to your class folders to share with students. Then switch the Allow Taking Assessment toggle to Yes. Until this is switched to Yes, your students will see the assessment page, but they will be unable to take the assessment. See our Taking Assessment video to see how a student takes the assessment, or our Viewing Assessment Results video to learn how to view student results.